Vicky Linane and welcome to Embrace Therapy podcast. I am a practicing art therapist based in Ireland. In each episode, I will interview guests from various fields of therapy and well-being with the aim to encourage healing through embracing therapy. Hello everyone and welcome back to series 2 of the Embrace Therapy podcast. It's great to have you back and I'm really excited to get going. So I'm going to introduce to you today's guest. Heather Turkington is a dramatherapist based in County Armagh in Northern Ireland. And she is so passionate. I'm sure it will just ooze off this interview. It's so cathartic and I had such a pleasure interviewing her. She is also telling us about a webinar that she's going to host called Clinically Creative, the role of creative arts therapies in the future of health and social care in Northern Ireland. I really hope you enjoy listening to this podcast interview with Heather Turkington.
I just want to, like yourself, like Jesus, I just want to shout it from the rooftop that like we are doing a lot of work and just to kind of, I suppose, just put the word out there that art therapy, music therapy, drama therapy, like dance movement therapy, we all exist, you know, so.
Absolutely. Yeah, there does need to be so much more kind of like chat around that, I think, because the way I see it, like because we're all allied health professions, there's like 3 professions that are sitting here just kind of going, please use us. Like we are qualified. Like we really want to be used.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like I feel like at the moment as well, people don't recognize us, but the work's been done and now's the perfect time to like actually just recognize us because there's such a need and demand out there. So yeah, perfect opportunity.
And I think that that's only going to become more apparent in the next kind of few months whenever the effects of COVID and all the rest of it, because after this, there's going to, like, people's mental health have been really affected. So, you know, there's going to be a need for kind of more interventions, different interventions, all the rest of it. And yeah, I do think that we can be a massive part of that, I suppose. And yeah, like it's going to be a good thing if we're allowed to do that. I think it can't be a bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But listen, like, I guess I just really wanted to kind of introduce you and I suppose just give our listeners a bit of an insight. So, Heather, you studied in Maynooth in the drama therapy there. And I'm living in Maynooth, but I didn't study the drama there. So we have a bit of a connection there. That's where I live. That's my hometown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's my only connection to it, and it was a very intense connection for 2 years or so. Yeah, I did. I studied in Maynooth. I graduated in 2018. And unfortunately, we were the last drama therapy course to go ahead there. As of now, there's no drama therapy course in the whole island of Ireland. So we're trying to rectify that at the minute and get that sorted. So we have some people coming after us. That would be really good.
No, and like it was such a valued, you know, I suppose the course was just really highly valued, and it's such a shame to see it go because like the amount of people that came out of there that are like, you know, incredibly trained. So yeah, it's a real sad day to see it go.
We are very kind of like underrepresented now, I suppose, and we're in that kind of like danger bit where it's like, oh gosh, we need to have some people being trained and coming up after us, I think. So yeah, it's really, really sad to not have that at the minute, but it is definitely in the pipelines to be rectified, whether it's in the north or the south. I don't care as long as it's on this island, as long as there's training here. So yeah, hopefully soon.
No, yeah. And the great thing is then, so you're registered with IACAT, the Irish Irish Association of Creative Arts Therapists, and you're registered with BAT, the British Association of Arts Therapists. That's pretty
This is
cool.
the strange thing about being up north. we're always a bit confused about who to be kind of associated with, who to be registered with, yeah, that sort of thing. So I kind of just went, no, I'm going to do both. I mean, the more representation there is for drama therapy in Northern Ireland, whether it's kind of linked with the UK or whether it's linked with Ireland, the south of Ireland, the better. And I think to have those two links together as well is really useful. So yeah, I'm in both. I'm I'm everywhere.
Great though, like, because it was definitely something that was on my mind when I graduated. I was like very much like, I really want to be registered with BAT, and then I suppose initially I was like, oh, like I could work up the north, I could work in the UK, I could definitely do that, like, but then as time went on, I was like, no, I actually think, you know what, the chances of me working anywhere else is pretty slim because I'm just like so settled now at the moment. So if I was ever going to go anywhere, I'd probably go to Canada. Like I'd probably just want to get registered there or something. That would be
Canada would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do think you do. Just like you get settled and you're meant to be in a place, and that's where you're meant to be working, and that's you for now. So that's really cool. Like you don't have to be in every single organization. I can tell myself that.
And you did a bit of traveling as well. I saw that, like, were you in Australia for a time?
Yeah, I lived in Australia for 4 years, and when I left Ireland, I didn't actually know drama therapy existed, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, I suppose. And I left on a whim. Like my father had just passed away, and I had a theatre company, and it was the middle of the recession, so our funding, being an arts-based project, had just gotten cut. And I got this opportunity to go to Australia, and everyone had been going. It was kind of like, at that point, it was the place where the streets were paved with gold kind of thing, because there was no funding for anything. There was no money anywhere over here. Everything was so depressing. So I got the chance to go, and I left. And yeah, for the next kind of 3 years, I did drama and I did acting and all the rest of it. And I always knew that I didn't want to be an actor, but I knew I wanted to be involved in drama in some way and in theatre in some way. And but I knew I loved helping people as well. So I remember just whenever I knew that we were going to have to come home, just with visa stuff, it was 4 years later, and I started Googling things. I was like, oh gosh, what am I going to do whenever I get home? What's going to be my life? Because I was 27 at this stage, I think. And I was like, I really need to choose a career, but I really wanted to be something that I love, and I knew I loved drama, and I knew I loved helping people. So I think I just Googled words like drama and therapy. I didn't realize that it was an actual thing. And Ireland, I think, or Northern Ireland or whatever. And the course in Maynooth came up because I was still running at that point, and I was like, oh my word, I actually just think this is meant to be. Like this is who I am. Like it's everything that I loved. I kind of just like incorporated.
Yeah, it's an amazing profession.
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I always describe it as magic. Like I just think it's magical to be in a session, and it's such an honor to be able to facilitate a session where you can watch people's progression kind of unfold. It is so gorgeous, and it's such a privilege to do. And every time I'm in it, like, I work full time every day as a drama therapist, and every time I'm in the session, I just come out of it going, wow, like, I am so lucky, and I'm so privileged to be able to share this journey with people and these experiences with people, and to be able to facilitate that space, which is what we do. So yeah, it was definitely the right decision to apply for the course. And yeah, all of my experience before that, like my youth work and my my drama work and my acting and all the rest of it, it all added up. to the experience that I needed to apply and to do the course to the best of my ability. So, none of that is discounted and none of that is time wasted. It was just preparation, I think. And none of it was a bad idea, I suppose.
Absolutely. And it's a credit to anybody who comes to you as well, because you have this wealth of experience of total different varieties of drama. It's wonderful. Yeah. And I'd love to know, like, what it's like working full time as a drama therapist. Like, is every day like a clean slate? Like, is it always different, or does it kind of get a bit samey? Like, how do you find it?
No, I think I have been working as a drama therapist full time since August 2019. Is it 19? Yeah. Every day I'm still going into work, like I said, and just being like, this is unbelievable. And I don't think I'll ever kind of lose that. So my day as a full time drama therapist, I work in kind of a residential slash nursing home environment, and there are 37 men all living with mental ill health. So yeah, I have 37 clients, and all over the space of 5 weeks, I have at least one session with each of them.
Wow.
Yeah. It can be very intense, and along with kind of the horrific process that is note taking and progress notes, which I absolutely hate. Like, that is the bit of it where I'm like, no, I know I need to do this, and I know that this is a big part of the job, but my kind of like love and my spark happens whenever I'm actually in session with people.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, like every day I have 3 or 4 sessions, and I have my note taking, and every session is different, and every session is a progression on what happened before, and so I wouldn't ever say that a day my days get samey, just because the nature of the work, it doesn't allow for it, I don't think.
And it makes it so unique then, because what other jobs can you think, what other careers can you think that like every day is going to bring up something different, that you're constantly growing in it. Like, it's amazing.
Exactly. And it's just the fact that I feel like I'm so lucky that I get to do something that I'm so passionate about. And I started off there, and I think this is the nature of the arts therapies at the minute, and how we have to kind of create our own jobs. I started off there as a care assistant.
Oh, yeah.
Just after I came home from Australia. And then after that, I kind of moved to activities. And that is when I was doing my master's. And it was kind of linked, that sort of thing. But then after I graduated, I was able to become a therapist. And so I've been there kind of like for the whole 4 years. Now, when I was studying, and I do freelance work as well. So I've worked with families who have been recently bereaved, and I have worked with children who are living with autism and that sort of thing. So yeah, those have kind of been my specialities, I suppose, since I've come home from Australia and since I've qualified. Those are the 3 kind of main service user groups that I've worked with.
Great, yeah. They're really different. Like, I suppose just even that, like, working with people that have recently been bereaved and thinking about the people that are in the nursing homes is a really nice kind of circle there, that you kind of get to see people at both sides.
Yeah, and I think it's a testament to the diversity of drama therapy. And in no way do I think that drama therapy is going to save the world. I think that everyone responds differently to different types of therapy, but it definitely has a place, and it's very diverse in how it can work, and it depending on who you're working with, it works just as well with people who have recently been bereaved as with people who have been living with long-term mental health issues as well. Grown-ups, children, kind of all ages, you know, all walks of life. It is very diverse in that sense, and that is also what's so gorgeous about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like, for me, like, I have some experience in drama. Like, I'm doing playback theatre, which I'm sure everyone who's listening probably sick of me talking about it, but it's something that I just love. And that's like what I'm doing right now, and I do it every Monday. Absolutely love it. Like, just that sense of play and just acting, and not being judgmental about what you're doing, and just being free in that moment. It's amazing. I just feel like I'm about 3 inches taller when I'm finished. It's great.
And that's it. That's the beauty of drama therapy and in playback as well, because it's all about process and it's not about product. And I think it goes for all the creative arts therapies. It's not about what comes out of it or the quality of what comes out of it. It's all about the process, and that is just beautiful. It's literally what's coming out of you and out of your emotion, and stuff that subconsciously needs to be processed and needs to be dealt with, coming out artistically, whether that be through music or movement or drama or art or whatever medium. That's how it's coming out, and that's how it's being processed. So yeah, it's just so lovely that it doesn't need to be perfect.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, it really is. We don't let ourselves off the hook a lot with that. Like, we strive for progress and success and perfection. So yeah, it is nice to be off the hook with that, and to strip it back to the here and now, and the being and the making and the doing. And I suppose just moving on, I'm really excited about this, and I guess we just really should start talking about it. But you have a webinar on the 24th of February, and it's entitled Clinically Creative, the Future Role of Creative Arts Therapies in HSC.
That only went out today, actually. So yeah, it's all very exciting and at the very forefront of my head at the minute. And yeah, there's a good few people involved in creating it, and I'm so excited in helping to make that happen. So yeah, it's going to be, as you say, on the 24th of February, and it's at 2 p.m. There is an invite with a little kind of, we made it into a tiny URL. I didn't know what that was, but the music therapist that I'm working with was like, "Oh no, you can make it tiny, it's fine." So she made it a tiny URL, and that's the link that we're sending out to people to do that. To register. It's on Eventbrite. So I think it's like if you search on Eventbrite clinically creative, it will come up. But as far as I'm aware, it's my first kind of dealings with Eventbrite.
Oh, I'd say it's right there. I can't imagine anyone else having those two words put together except for yourselves. Like clinically and creative, like that's like perfect. Like it just marries it so well. So tell us exactly what it's about, and what can people expect on the webinar?
Yeah, so basically I think it's coming back to the times that we're in at the minute. I do think that we're going to be useful in kind of the coming days in the healthcare system, and just because there is going to be such a need for more mental health care, I suppose. And I am very aware that out of the AHPs and the allied health professionals, there are in the creative arts therapies, the music therapists, the art therapists, and the drama therapists, we don't specifically have roles that are laid out for us in the NHS or in the healthcare system, whether it be in the north or the south, and that is not good. Mm-hmm. So what I wanted to do was to create a platform where we could kind of be like, oh, this is who we are, and this is what we can offer. This is how we can help in the current situation, and this is how we can help in the future. So it was myself and another and a music therapist in the north, actually, Jenny Kirkwood, and we kind of got together and we were like, oh, let's do this. We don't really know what we're doing, but it will it will come into something.
Yeah.
And it has. So what we're doing is we're getting two people from each profession to kind of chat for a few minutes just about what they do and why it's useful. And we're having a question and answer session, and we're just going to be like, okay, this is what we can do for the HSE right now. This is how we can help. And we're ready. The three professions up north are ready and waiting to be used in the NHS and in the healthcare system in general. So yeah, we have a good few people who already have expressed interest in coming, and I'm so excited. The Chief Allied Health Professions Officer is coming, and on behalf of our health minister, which is really cool. And yeah, to have those people there listening and supporting us is just unbelievable. So really excited for that. So please register and come, and and yeah, it's only for an hour, just over an hour, probably an hour and 15 or so. So yeah, if you can come, please do. It'd be lovely to have you there and lovely to have your support.
Everybody get on there on Eventbrite and just type in clinically creative and get yourself a space. And, you know, and the great thing is, because it's online, you can kind of have everyone in your household, you know, tuning in, you know, and everybody that you know can just tune in. Yeah. Yeah, it's free. That's it, exactly. I think it's the perfect opportunity to, you know, spread the word. And it's incredible, really, because, you know, your health and care professional council as well, like, you know, you're recognized, you know, by your healthcare and professional council, isn't that right?
Yeah, we are very, very lucky up here. And yeah, we have that kind of professional backing, which is really nice. And we are I suppose it's like we're monitored and seen as professionals, which is really, sorry, my dog has literally just put his ball underneath.
He's a pet. That's what they do. It's all good.
You'll probably hear him just going, ah, like the whole
It's all good.
Right, go on, get it.
Aww.
I no more of that right time. Good boy.
I can't let my dog in. Like, I would love nothing more for my dog to just be here with me, but he is so hyper. He doesn't know how to sit. Like, he's just mental.
So if you listen back to this and there's like my dog, because he's just been sitting beside me going, over my voice, you're just going to hear. What has she got for there?
What kind of dog is she?
We brought him home from Australia. He's Australian. He's Kelpie. So half Kelpie, half Jack Russell. And basically, when we were living in the outback, there was a family kind of next to us, and their working dog had mated with a Jack Russell. And they're crazy with dogs out there, and they were just they're crazy with animals, and they're just like, listen, we're gonna shoot these dogs if we don't get rid of them. And I was traveling around at that point, and I said, I don't care, give me a dog. So we got Buddy, and that was at the very, very start of the Australian journey, and he like traveled around the whole of Australia with us. And then after the 4 years or whatever, we were just like, I cannot leave him here. So he came back with us, and he's lived with us here ever since. So he's my little Australian buddy.
Oh my goodness, the story is amazing. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh no, could not be without him at all. Like, but yeah, he makes strange noises, so I'm sorry if that.
That's all good. His ears remind me of a dingo. They're really pointy.
In Brisbane, and people would stop us and be like, "Sorry, why are you walking a dingo?" Like, Australians thought he was dingo. He really, really looked like one. And because he's from the outback, I actually wouldn't be surprised if there was a bit of dingo in him. I'm serious.
Who knows? Who knows? That's amazing. Oh, I love it. Well,
But yeah, so sorry, we were chatting about HCPC. So yeah, we are registered with HCPC as Dramatherapists, and creative arts therapists in general up here are lucky enough to be registered. So we're seen as professionals up here, which means we can be employed in the NHS and that sort of thing. So yeah, we're very lucky in that respect, and we really just kind of hope that the same line of thought kind of follows suit in the south of Ireland as well. That is what we're really hoping and working towards as well.
Yeah, of course. And you're on the council of IACAD as well, which is great. Like, you're such an asset. Like, you're just incredible. Your passion is well needed on the council, so it's great to have you.
I think, yeah, everyone who's a creative arts therapist, whatever their modality, I think it's just a given that they are passionate. Because we're such a small group, I suppose, especially in Ireland, whether it be north or south, like, we're such a small group of people that we have to be passionate in order to be heard, I suppose. And because we are so confident in what we do that it works, and that it is so special, and that we are being underused, like, we it's hard not to be passionate about it, I think. And that's what the webinar is about as well. Like, it was born of that kind of, oh my word, like, there is so much to be done through this profession, through our professions, and so much to give. And I would really just love to see it being given the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more. Like, I suppose the ideal would be, working in hospitals, working in centres, and even schools, and just, basically, where would your aspirations be? What would you see in the future? What's the ideal?
Yeah. So I think about this all the time, and I think because the path of drama therapy in Northern Ireland is still very much being written as we go, it's very hard for me to kind of say, I would like to be in this space in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, because I know what my passion is and what my goal is, and it is to make sure that drama therapy, creative arts therapies in general, are given a voice, and they're given a space, and they're utilized properly. And I'm very much still in the process of being a part of making that happen with some wonderful people. So I find it very difficult to say where I would love to be in 10 years, just because I know that I would love to see. I know what I would love to see. Yeah. And I don't know where I'd love to be. And it's kind of like wherever that situation would bring me, whether it is kind of like being involved in bringing a course to life, or whether it's being a drama therapist in a hospital, like being in the NHS. It's like, wherever it takes me, as long as it means that drama therapy has been utilized properly, that's where I want to be. It just, that path hasn't been drawn out yet, and it is being drawn out, and that is really exciting and terrifying all at once. So yeah, it's a strange kind of question, because it should be like, oh yeah, I definitely want to be there, but it's like, I don't know where it's going to bring me, but I know that I want to be on that journey.
Yeah, I think the idea is, like, dream big, and visualize it, and kind of, I suppose, work through all the rigmarole to get there. But it's really exciting, even that you just mentioned, like, you know, the potential of bringing the course to life again, and I think that's such a huge part of it. So that's brilliant.
Yeah, and I think so. At the minute, like mental health provisions, they seem to be very based on talking therapies, and talking therapies are fantastic. They really, really are. But they don't work for everyone, just as dramatherapy doesn't work for everyone, just as any specific therapy does not work for 100% of the population. And there needs to be that diversity and that choice there. That means that everyone is accommodated for. And the arts therapies are so wonderful at working when maybe words aren't able to come. And through whatever modality it may be, whether it is through story or art or music, and wherever that person's heart lies, you know, or where their passion is, or where their talent is, or where their interest is, that's the way that they're able to bring it out. And not everyone's first mode of communication is through words, and I think that really needs to be recognized. Yeah, I'm really excited to kind of see where the journey takes us, because we're definitely at a turning point. I think the creative arts therapies in general in Ireland, and it is a time when we need to kind of just go, yeah, this is what we can do. So yeah, I want to be a part of that.
You are. It's amazing. Well done. Oh, it's incredible, and you said it so well. It's so beautifully done. Thank you so much for that. And I guess, like, what do you get up to these days? Like, so you've got your full-time work, and like here it's like level 5 restrictions, so like it's pretty tight. We're not really going anywhere. But what does your day look like at the moment? What restrictions have you got up there?
Yeah, I have found myself to be actually, like, obviously I'm not going anywhere, but I find myself to be really busy during COVID times, and I find that actually I have made so many connections during this time, just because you're able to hop on a Zoom call with someone. That has become a really kind of normalized form of communication and socializing. So I've been able to kind of make all of these gorgeous connections that I wouldn't have had a look in otherwise. And I'm on the IACA Council, which is lovely because I'm up north. I'm really far away. Like, I am not going to be able to come to every single physical meeting. So we have this kind of option now where it's like, oh, Heather can be the computer in the corner. You know, if I can't come to one or whatever, that's an option now. And I am the link person for BADTA, so for the British Association of Dramatherapists. And yeah, that's all being done through Zoom as well at the minute. And then I'm also the drama therapy representative for AHPFNI, which is the Allied Health Professions Federation of Northern Ireland. So that is a group of people. There's a representative Allied Health profession in Northern Ireland, and yeah, we meet every so often, and it's just basically being advocates for our professions and for AHPs in general. And yeah, kind of just going, yeah, we are really useful. Like, we should be used, and trying to help our clients, our service users, live their best lives through our work and through our multidisciplinary kind of approach. And yeah, like, we feel that multidisciplinary work is just really key to that holistic kind of care that is so vital in people's treatment and recovery.
Absolutely. I really miss those. Like, I haven't been in a multidisciplinary team meeting in a long time. I think it's been, oh my gosh, I don't know how many years, but being involved in those is just, it's so, I don't know, empowering for the service user, the client. That person just feels so heard. Like, yeah, because of that holistic approach, because there's all different parts to me, and you're getting every part, which is so nice. So I really miss
that's
it.
And there's things that you might think that, oh my gosh, yeah, I have the grips of who this person is or what this person is going through, but then you hear of someone else's experience, professional experience with that person, you're like, oh gosh, I did not know that was happening. That can really inform how I work now, and that kind of communication has really helped my work with this person. So it is so vital and useful. And so with regards to doctors and nurses and AHPs in general, they're just, I can't wait for just a time whenever it's just pure holistic care, when arts therapists are involved in it as well, and everyone is kind of like an equal part of service users care, I suppose.
Here. Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you so much for coming on and just being such a bright light today. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you. So just a reminder again for anyone, the webinar is on the 24th of February 2021, and you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. It's clinically creative, and the full title is The Future Role of Creative Arts Therapies. So you can check that out and make sure you get yourself a ticket. Thank you so much, Heather.
Thank you. It's been lovely to be here and chat to you. It's been really, really lovely. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're very welcome.